Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. In today's video, I am going to be talking about my makeup and skincare no-buy that I did for the majority of last year, how I did, all of that, any tips that I have, and then I'm also going to be telling you my plans for this year. And I know a lot of you guys are doing no-buys and low-buys as well, so please tell us in the comments what your plans are. I'm really excited to hear that. If we can all save some money together, why not? If you're new, I hope you'll subscribe for more. I also do a lot of project panning on my channel, and I did start a Project Pan a 2025 playlist. You can check that out, and let's get into it. All right, so in 2024, at the beginning of the year, it was January, which is my birthday month, and I definitely treated myself. I bought quite a few makeup products, and then February came, and I don't know, I just got distracted by other things and found that I wasn't really that into makeup at that time. I don't know. I just was kind of not wearing it all that often and I was not tempted to purchase it. And so after a month went by, I realized, I haven't bought makeup in a month. Let's just continue on. And so the year went on, and pretty much, other than I allowed myself one foundation purchase, I think like in August, and then at the end of the year, I recently just posted an Ulta haul in December. I bought a couple things with my Ulta points. And oh, one other thing, I bought the Urban Decay Naked palette because I really wanted that. And I had regretted not buying it the last time it had been released. So that was the only eyeshadow palette that I bought. So pretty much I did 10 months of an almost complete makeup no buy. And with skincare, this has also been very successful in that pretty much since the beginning of last year, I have not bought any skincare unless I totally run out of something. So if I run out of face wash, then I'll buy it. If I run out of retinoid, I'll buy it. But that is it. And so before this definitely was a problem for me, both makeup and the skincare. I was buying makeup probably multiple times every month. I have lots of it. If you've seen my recent inventory video, I've got like 150 something eyeshadow palettes. And just, eyeshadow palettes definitely my weakness. That for sure is like, I wanted all of like the new pretty palettes. And I've done low buys and stuff in the past, but I've never done anything like this where I did pretty much a full-on no buy. So basically it worked and I succeeded and I'm really proud of myself. And yeah, I'm happy about it. Basically, I'm going to continue on doing this. I have not bought any skincare unless I run out of something, and I'm just going to continue on with the makeup no buy. If occasionally there's something I really want that could add something to my collection, then maybe I'll allow like an extreme low buy purchase here and there, which is essentially what I ended up doing last year, where I bought the Naked palette, the one foundation, and then those things that I got in December with my Ulta points. Really, I think I did well. I think so. I mean, especially going from somebody who was buying probably multiple eyeshadow palettes a month to buying essentially no makeup for 10 months. Pretty good if you ask me. And so some of the things that helped me, I think stopping to look at the new makeup releases definitely helped. So I wasn't checking like the trend mood, and I've hardly been on Instagram, like hardly at all in the last year, like at all. I've pretty much only lost Instagram followers in the last year, which is fine by me. I don't even care. I just don't go on Instagram because that was a big temptation for me, be scrolling on there and see new palettes, see what people were posting, and that made me tempted to buy it. So getting off of Instagram has really helped me. Otherwise, part of it is that I wasn't wearing makeup every day. But I think also like, sure, you use up less makeup if you don't wear it every day. That definitely is a project panner. It's science, it's math. That's just how it works. To use up more makeup, you need to wear makeup more often. But I've decided if I don't feel like wearing makeup a day, that's totally fine. I'm not going to do it. And I only want to wear makeup if I really feel like going through the effort of putting it on. And so if I use up less because of that, it is what it is. I would rather use up less makeup and be buying less makeup than be using more makeup, but then also buying lots of it, if that makes sense. So basically also distracting myself with other things and having other goals helped me too. One of my big goals for last year was to read more books than I had the year before. I didn't exceed the goal by that much. I think in 2025, I think I read 25 books, and in 2023, I think I read 22 books. So I didn't exceed the goal by that much. But still, I was excited about that. I love reading, and it's just something that I'm passionate about. And I'm in book clubs, and that's been a fun thing for me. I joined book clubs at the beginning of last year. I hadn't been in a book club in a really, really long time. I used to be in one. It was like 9, 10 years ago, and it kind of fell apart. And so, yeah, last year I joined some book clubs, and that's been really fun for me to kind of focus on some other hobbies. I think that really, really helped me because I was already reading, but now I have people to talk to the books about. And so that's been fun. So, definitely, I would say probably top two things that helped me was getting off Instagram and doing some other hobbies, you know. And also, financial motivation did help me as well. Now, I don't want to say that I didn't spend any money at all, didn't buy anything, because I do have a fashion channel. And if you watch me there, I did buy some things there for sure. But I'm trying to be very, very careful with my fashion purchases and really buy things that I'll use. And I've just kind of realized, okay, like a purse is something that, whether it's $100 or more, $1,000, that's something that lasts for years and years and years and more, especially if you take good care of it. Whereas makeup expires. That's the thing. It's like, why did I spend thousands of dollars on makeup that goes bad when I already have 100 and some eyeshadow palettes and 10, 15 foundations, when I could have spent that money on pretty much anything else? But something fun for me that I'm passionate about is fashion, particularly handbags. And it's like thousands of dollars that would have been better spent on like a handbag that I would have for years. I mean, I have some of my handbags for 10, 11 years, and I still use them, So I just feel like, yeah, makeup goes bad. Why spend that much money on it when I already have a lot of it? I have plenty. So it's not like I'm saying never buy makeup again, but it just made no sense that I was buying so much more than one person with one face can use, basically. So that's something I'm trying to tell myself, like, okay, I can only wear so much makeup. I only have so many days to use this blush or this eyeshadow palette. And also, as a project planner, like, I know how long it takes to use this stuff up. It takes a really long time, especially like a powder blush or a lipstick. Oh my goodness. Like, don't get me started on those. It takes so long. And so I'm just trying to, instead of, I'm not saying I'm not buying anything, trying to focus my money where you're going to get more bang for your buck. I've already got 100 neutral eyeshadow palettes. Why buy another one where I could either just save that money or spend it on something that is different from other things that I have, and something that could last a long time, like jewelry or a handbag or whatever. And so I guess in thinking about it, it has really bothered me that I have wasted this much money on something that is like a consumable item, something that goes bad and that I have too much of. I mean, it's kind of like you've got a fridge full of food, and then you buy more food, and then that food expires. It doesn't really make sense. So it's like, yeah, I got one face, only so much time. I can't use all the products that I even already have, let alone use new ones that I don't need to be buying. And something else that I've been doing is I hardly get any PR from any makeup brands now. I used to get a decent amount more than I have, but I've just decided I don't really want that much PR coming in. And I'm okay with that. I do love reviewing products and trying out new things. I do. It's fun. But at this point, so I reduced it last year already, and this year I'm reducing it even more. So, for example, I took myself off the Nomad Cosmetics PR list. I'm not going to be on that anymore. I get occasional PR from ColourPop, and that's fine, but they definitely don't send me Like it's like maybe one package every other month or even less often than that. And so I've gotten one or two things from Smashbox in the last year. But other than that, I cut down everything else that I was doing before that. And I'm okay with that. It's just more stuff that I don't need. And if there's something that I really, really want, if there is an eyeshadow palette or a foundation or whatever that comes out that I'm like, I really want this, I really want to try it, I really want to review it, then fine, I can buy it, you know? But it just doesn't make sense to have all this excessive stuff that I can't use. And that's just kind of where I've been focusing my efforts on. Also, I have moved for people that maybe noticed I'm in a different room. And that was something else that my husband and I were really saving up for. And so, yeah, moving is expensive. But that's something where I was also focusing my money on. And again, that is a more valuable thing to spend my money on than foundation, where I already have like 15 foundations that are going to go bad. And so I just figure I'm going to just try to focus on using the makeup that I have as much as possible. And honestly, another wake up call was moving, because packing up your stuff, yeah, if you have 160 eyeshadow palettes and have moved with them, you know that is not fun. And I even decluttered some before I was moving, and even though I moved to like within the same city and I transported my makeup myself in my car, I was like, there's no way I'm gonna have movers carry this stuff. It's fragile, you know, all these powder things that can crack so easily. Wow, it was a lot to move all this stuff. And having brought it here and reorganizing in my vanity was pretty eye-opening too, because I mean, that was the last thing I unpacked. So I unpacked all like the kitchen stuff, whatever, my clothes, everything. The last thing was my makeup, because I was so overwhelmed. I was just like, it was sitting in this room in bags and bags and bags. And I was just like, what do I even do? Where do I even put this stuff? I have the same storage, but I don't know. And then as I was unpacking it, going through it, I was realizing, oh man, there's a lot of stuff here that I kept that I have now moved to a different place that I probably didn't use. There were palettes I probably hadn't used in like 2 years. I'm like, oh my gosh, I packed this up. I moved it here. Now I'm unpacking it. Like, what am I doing with myself? So, moving was also an eye opener, because at the end of the year, I considered, like, oh, maybe I don't need to be on the no buy anymore. And then that happened, and I found myself trying to unpack all this makeup and reorganizing it, and just realizing, oh my gosh. So, something else that I have tried to do is to organize it. Like my drawers, like these, I have the IKEA drawers, crammed full, like just shoved in there. Everything was just shoved in there, and I couldn't even see it. So now what I've tried to do is like space things out a bit more in my drawers. So I have a little drawer thing back there where I put some extra makeup that couldn't fit, like palettes that couldn't fit. And then I have a closet over here that has some eyeshadow palettes in it too. And it's just like, I'm a little like frustrated with myself, to be honest, because yeah, I moved a bunch of stuff that a lot of it I hadn't used in a year, maybe 2 years. So that was really eye opening for me. So I think that could be really helpful. Obviously, not, you don't want to move just for that reason, but take everything out and reorganize it. And it will be eye opening if you haven't done that, because wow, 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 wow. That was like the icing on the cake for me, that I still need to be on a no buy, because after 10 months of a no buy, I still have way more makeup than I need and way more makeup than I want now. Like I honestly at this point, like the blush and all that I have, I did a makeup inventory in December. So I'm pretty good with the numbers on everything other than eyeshadow palettes. That's the part that's like, ooh, it's just way too excessive. But the problem is I like them, and so that makes it hard to get rid of. But I definitely want to get rid of more palettes because in fact, I've got all these IKEA drawers, and I've got a dresser back there, and then more storage in my closet. It's so unnecessary, and it's honestly like driving me a little bonkers. So that definitely is motivating me as well. But yeah, pretty much I'm continuing the no buy, and it has been a success, but I still have way too much stuff. And I am happy to be on less PR lists and just to focus on what I have, and honestly, probably getting rid of more. It kind of irks me that I moved with stuff that I haven't used in so long, and then now I'm just like want to get rid of it. So that's why I haven't decluttered anything since I've moved, because I'm so frustrated with myself that I even did that. So anyway, it is what it is. But overall, I'm happy with myself. I'm happy with the success that I have had, and I want to continue on. So I want to like keep this motivation going. Let us know. What are you guys going to do? No buys, low buys? I want to know. And I hope maybe this helps somebody who is out there trying to reduce their spending in any category of any kind. And if you're new, I really hope you'll subscribe for more. That is it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day.